Welcome to episode 1 of the Mental Health Walk. Right, welcome to the Walking and Talking podcast. The real vision for this channel was to have some mental health chats and to walk along in nature with me, and we'll talk about some real things, and generally it's going to be a lot of talking from me. Obviously you can't respond, so that's the way it's going to be in these episodes. But I want to touch on some really interesting subjects, and in this episode we're going to start with number 1, and that's why I love walking, and the real reason I find it really good for your mental health to take up walking, especially in nature. So let's go. So obviously a bit about me and my background. Let's just see this this little signet here. Is that a signet? Yeah, hang on, let me just show you this. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. And that's just something just for me here that I've been able to see and witness. Hang on, let me just zoom back out. Yeah, so what I was saying, really rare opportunity there to see a young swan. I'm quite fortunate that I live in Wales and I get to see a lot of this wildlife just out and about. We're coming up to the start of spring now, so you'll see a lot more baby birds coming about. This is the perfect time for young wildlife to start flourishing. Although you've got those early sunsets, it still can be really nice to come out here, especially on like your days off, to experience such nice wildlife. And it's really good for your mental health to come out and just have this time away from technology and just to experience nature in all its glory. Sometimes on your own, sometimes with friends, it doesn't really matter. The main thing is that you're coming out, getting away from the toxicity of social media and coming out here and actually reconnecting with nature. Right, so first of all, I like to introduce myself. I'm Joe, this is my channel. I just want to talk to you a bit about myself and my background and why I love walking personally. So from a young age, I've always been outdoors. I've always been brought up to the mindset that enjoy this while it lasts. My dad, my mum have always said to me, you're not going to be young forever. It only feels like yesterday that they were my age. And you know, I'm around 28 now, but at that time I was a lot younger. I was about 5-6 years old, and I really learned to appreciate wildlife and nature and being around nature, especially as I've gotten older and I'm living in a city now. I do actually appreciate nature a lot more. It's like I was saying, I have been very fortunate to be brought up in the mindset of to always enjoy the outdoors, always get out when there's a chance, even though it's not raining and it's gloomy. For a lot of you, you'd say that. I don't think it is, you know. I used to say to my partner when I met her that, you know, I love, what a lovely day it is. And she thought, what a mental guy this is, because she used to see this as a really bad day, and she would say, I don't want to go outdoors. And when you count how many days you have of clear, blue, sunny skies, there's not many. It's really easy to think that just because it's not blue, sunny skies and it's beaming down hot, that it's not a nice day. Because of all this social media, people living in Dubai now, and people living in Bali, Italy, Spain, whatever, all these like tropical countries which have got amazing sunny blue skies, you know, that's not reality. That's about 10% of their life, and to be fair, that might be 100% of their life, but that's fine, you know. If that's what they enjoy, that's fine. But you've got to enjoy life around you. You know, it's St. David's Day in Wales, and do you know what I'm appreciating right now? I'm literally by a roundabout, but do you know what? I'm not focusing on that roundabout with this big clock in the middle. What I'm looking at is these absolutely stunning daffodils, right? Look at these stunning things. Absolutely beautiful, right? Absolutely beautiful. You just got to take in nature. You've got to take in the things around you and enjoy the little things. It's really easy for me to say, it's like it's drizzling now. I could be in the house thinking, oh, what a crap day. How bad is this? But there's no point. I'm actually enjoying it because there's not many people out. I'm having time to myself to reconnect. For me, there's nothing better than this. It's St. David's Day in Wales, and you can't get better than this, really. Come on, let me set you down. Oh, put you on your, yeah. All right, there we are. Yeah, so from a young age, I think I was really taught to love nature. My dad used to get the dogs and take us out. He'd get one of those instant barbecues, just take us along a river, and then he would take some sausages and bacon and some rolls, and he'd cook them up on the side while we had the dog with us. And honestly, those are the best memories I ever had growing up. When I was even with my friends, I would go from park to park, just walking. We'd walk from the bottom park up to top park, and that's what we would do. We would even go to shopping centres, just walking and talking, and it is honestly some of the best memories I have of my childhood. And for me, that's what I learned growing up. But a lot of you, some of you have been living in cities, and some of you may not have been walking and talking, and some of you may not have experienced nature and got to grips with how good nature and walking can be for your mental health. So that's me. That's a bit about me, and that's what I wanted to share with you guys today about why I love walking. You know, it's ingrained in me. It's ingrained in my childhood. It's ingrained in how I was brought up. I was taught, like I said, to enjoy weather like this, where it's cloudy and a little bit drizzly. And that's what I think is worked for me, of staying in this positive mindset. Because I think if you can find joy and you can find happiness in these little things, then you'll be really good at navigating life. So I think it is really good to reconnect with nature and go on a nice little walk, even if it's 10 minutes. You know, I'm out today. I've been out here about 15 minutes now, 20 minutes, and I already feel 10 times better than I would have if I was just staying in my house. So yeah, I'm gonna go down there. There's some geese just to the left there, people out with their kids. Sometimes there's a crane along here with a weeping willow, so it'd be nice if I can see that today, and yeah, just enjoy that. Yeah, okay. So something else I love about walking is that it's very inclusive. So there's a lot of people who can actually go walking, even if you're in a wheelchair. I know it's not called walking, you're going out in your wheelchair, but it is very inclusive. There's not a lot of people that can run, and there's not a lot of people who can hike because they're not able to, perhaps because of their age or because of their abilities. But I find walking, there is always an ability to go out and walk alongside or pushing someone if they're in a wheelchair or anything like that. Even if you've got elderly, you know, it's a nice time for you to reconnect with them and get out with them and experience nature. I mean, what's better than this, yeah? What is better than this? It doesn't look amazing on camera, I don't think, but I'm really enjoying myself being out here with nature. Something I love to do is actually see what birds are around and actually try to understand and learn what birds are in the area. And it's actually a really nice thing to do is bird watch. And yeah, there's so much wildlife and things that you can see when you stop and look and listen. And the amount of things that you just take for granted when you're just looking at your phone. It's just, yeah, there's so much things you can actually see and explore. From a young age, I was always building dens. I was always going out and in nature. I was on my bikes for hours on end. But there's always one thing that I enjoyed doing, and that was when my friends used to knock for me, open the door, and they'd say, "You coming out to play?" And it didn't matter what that meant, as long as it was a clear sky. It didn't matter if it was cloudy. I wouldn't even take a coat really. We'd just stop in bus shelters. If it rained, then we'd get caught in the rain, and we'd just go out for hours and hours and hours. We'd be out from 8 in the morning until 9 at night. We'd play so many different things, but you lose that as you get older. You don't go out as much. You stay in the house. You go to work, directly home, and that's it. That's all you experience. The only time you're actually outdoors is when you get in your car and you go into the factory or you go into the office, and then the time you get from the office back to your car and into the house, and that's it. That's all the time you have outdoors. So it's really important that you spend some time. You know, some of you may have dogs and you take them out, but you know, I've seen a lot of you going past houses and you're just on your phone, you know, walking the dog. Take some time and just listen, stop, you know, leave the phone in the house. Just take some time for yourself and explore. It is really good for your mental health to disconnect from the worries of life. You know, you can't get away from it when you've got your phone. You've got the BBC News, you've got Sky News, you've got CNN, there's everything. And it's just really important that just get rid of it for a minute and just take a minute to enjoy nature. I'm going to set you a challenge, right? I'm going to set you a challenge. Right, so go out today or one day this week and spend half an hour going for a walk. Drive to wherever you want to go if you want, or just leave your house and go around your housing estate. It doesn't matter. All I want for you to do is go out for half an hour and find a bird and just watch it and see what it does. You know, wherever you live, whether you're in a city, you're in a desert, well, maybe not if you're in a desert, but yeah, if you're in a city or if you're in the UK or in the US or whatever, you can go out and I'm sure you'll be able to see a bird. You see a bird there, just going into that hedge and just stop for a minute and just observe them, because it is really mindful to see these creatures just flying around, and it just takes you back. You know, as human beings, we're meant to be connected to nature. We've built this infrastructure around us. It's not natural, and it's fine because it makes our life comfortable, but that doesn't mean you need to live in it 24/7. Take half an hour to yourself just to go on these nature walks, just to go on a walk by yourself. Take a friend, whatever it is, grab a coffee, go for a cake. It doesn't matter. It's really healthy to go out and do these walks because it's really good for your mental state and it's really good to keep that mental clarity. So that's my challenge to you. Go out one day this week, half an hour, take the coat. Doesn't matter if it's raining. I want you to take the coat and just maybe just enjoy the sound of the rain on your coat. But yeah, that's it. Yeah, so like I was saying about my partner, she thinks I'm mad that, well, when she met me, she thought I was mad that when I seen this, I said, oh, what a lovely day. And she looked at me like there was something wrong with me, because she was like, how can he be looking at this cloudy sky? It's glum, it's dark. How can he be looking at that and thinking, what a lovely day? But I'll tell you a little secret. When I was younger, I actually thought the sky was white. I didn't really realise that the sky wasn't white. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but because it's always cloudy in Wales, I didn't actually realise the sky was blue. I actually thought it was white for quite a long time. I don't know why. I must have been very young, like 3 years old or something, but I didn't actually realise that, you know, it does go blue now and again. I didn't realise, didn't pay attention. I don't know what it was, but yeah, I just thought it was white. So as I'm older, my partner just thinks, wow, what a mental guy. But now she's on like the same wavelength as me, and I can see the change in her. So she sees that it's not raining. She sees that as a good opportunity to be like, oh, I really enjoy this time. Like, I don't actually need this coat. It's not actually that cold out. It's probably about 10, 15 degrees. And that's perfect, isn't it? Like, is the summer actually that great? Because how many times are you out in the summer, whether you're on a holiday or in the UK, and you think, it's too hot. It literally is too hot. I'm dying. I want aircon. I just want to be cool. I prefer the winter. And sometimes you prefer the winter, sometimes you don't. But sometimes it's too cold, sometimes it's too hot. But for me, this is the best. If you're going to go out and play football, you're going to go out and experience nature, you want to be not too hot, not too cold. And for me, that's what spring is. You know, it's kind of gloomy. That's what autumn is as well. It's kind of gloomy, but for me, that's not gloom. It's a perfect day. And you've got to change your mindset. You've got to switch that mindset. And I got to be honest, you can do it with a little bit of thought and a little bit of lying to yourself almost. You can do it, because I've been able to do it. I can see the change in my wife as well. She can actually see this day and days like this as a really nice, perfect day to go out. And the reason I've started this channel and the reason I want to do these chats and want to do these episodes is because I think you can, with enough training or enough tricks, actually enjoy the things that you think bring you down. And that's the reason I've started this channel, is because I want you to see how you can change your mindset to see life the way I see it. And I hope that makes sense. And I hope someone will find this video and actually think about things a bit more deep next time they're out, because it is easy to take things for granted. But yeah, that's the whole point in this channel. That's why I'm doing this. Let me know what you think, guys. Hopefully I resonate with some of you, even if just one of you. That's the whole point, okay? Let's go, guys.